What's up, Honors? It's finally that time of year again, Friday the 13th. And for today, I decided to check out every single Jason Voorhees animatronic ever made. So, let's check him out. And of course, we gotta start off with the original version of the animatronic, which of course was sold at Spirit Halloween for 2007. The animatronic was simply named Lifesize Jason Voorhees and was of course made by Gemmy Industries. The animatronic also featured quite a bit of animation like eye, head, torso, and arm movement, and played sounds from the movie as he was animated. The animatronic also included a cool feature where you could actually take off the mask to reveal a spooky face underneath. And this version of Jason was sold at Spirit Halloween from 2007 until 2009, and is definitely one of the coolest versions we got of this animatronic. So yeah, the 2007 version of Jason is a really cool one, but now let's check out the 2010 version, which was also made for Spirit Halloween. So the 2010 version of Jason Voorhees here is very similar to the 2007 version we just talked about, except they changed a few things about, just look at its appearance, you can tell it's a tiny bit different. It also doesn't feature eye movement for both eyes, only the one eye moves, but does still have a similar motion where his body turns, his head turns, the one eye turns, and of course the machete moves. He also featured the exact same audio as the 2007 version, but of course this version was sold from 2010 until 2012 at Spirit Halloween online only. And just like the 2007 version of Jason, this guy's made by the same company, being Gemmy Industries. And this of course was the last life-size Jason animatronic to be sold at Spirit Halloween, but maybe in the future we'll see more versions of it. Anyways, let's move on to the Kmart / Canadian Tire version. And of course, next up here, we have the version of Jason Voorhees that was sold at both Kmart and Canadian Tire from 2010 until 2011. And this version right here, I'm not too sure if it is different or exactly the same as the Spirit Halloween version. From somewhere I read, it did say it was slightly different, but anyways, this version of the animatronic also looks great. Of course, has that similar motion with the arm there, the head, eye, and of course, body movement. And of course, this version, just like the other two we talked about, is of course made by Gemmy Industries. And overall, this one, again, it's another pretty cool looking one. Now, let's move on to the Party City / Halloween City version. And right here, of course, we've got the Party City version, which was sold in 2018. This version of the animatronic, you can definitely tell, is pretty different. It only has the one side-to-side movement, doesn't feature any other movement. And instead of just normal eyes, it features these cool light-up LED eyes. I believe his audio is also a bit different from the previous versions we talked about. And of course, the look of him is also a tiny bit different. And something else is he doesn't really feature the face underneath the mask. It only has the mask on the face or nothing underneath it. I do still like this version of the animatronic. I kind of like how he's posed with his one arm up there in the air like he's about to slash his knife. And for this guy, I couldn't really find too much information about what company exactly produced him. I think it's safe to say that it probably was Gemmy, but it definitely could have been another company. Anyways, the Party City version is cool, and now let's move on to the newest version from Lowe's. And moving on, we've of course got one last version of this animatronic. This guy right here is of course the 2022 Lowe's Jason Voorhees. And this version of Jason, I've definitely got to say, is probably the worst version we got. He only features one animation, which of course is the arm there, which that animation honestly doesn't look the greatest. And just the overall look of him isn't the best. He is, of course, made by Gemmy, which I honestly think that Gemmy's quality has definitely gone down a lot over the past so many years. But anyways, he's still a decent version of Jason Voorhees, and it's still cool to see that they're at least trying to make some new versions of this animatronic. And with all that said, everyone, that of course is it for today's video. That right there was 5 awesome Jason Voorhees animatronics produced over the past so many years. There's been some cool ones and some that have been more disappointing, but it's really cool that we've gotten so many versions of this classic Halloween character. Anyways, that's it for today. Happy Friday the 13th, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.